All right, individual quarterfinals workouts are announced. We got some tips and tricks, some warm-ups, and I guess just some general things to help you out. Let's go.
Here we go. All right, we got 4 events. Don't forget your submission windows, very important. I'm sure it'll be everywhere. You have to have the first 2 done and submitted by Saturday. Oh man, what time, top of my head?
1, 2, noon, 8,
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Pacific.
Pacific, 5 p.m. specific time.
So double check that, but you gotta have those done then. And then these gotta be done by Monday, that submission window. With that in mind, we are still gonna tell you our orders. This is our 2 we're gonna recommend.
This is the one we first came up with, and then Ben came over here and just had to be different. I don't actually hate that strategy, but not necessary.
Well, either way, we're going 4 first. Almost any athlete in the world, I don't care if you're the best at clean and jerks or the worst, this is one we think you should do first because it's gonna be the heaviest load, the most lifting. If you hit this fresh, you'll have your best result compared to the rest and probably have the least amount of carryover that affect the rest of those. So regardless, let's hit this first one first.
I think, you want to talk individually about this?
Oh, we go through flow and
okay,
then.
Flow. It's really a toss-up here. Depends on which one you want to hit first. I don't hate hitting event 2 first. I don't hate hitting event 1 first. I don't really think there's a huge benefit, cost, risk, reward. I think just depends on what athlete you are.
Whatever you're worst at, do that one.
That one
second.
First.
So if you're like, these will blow up my shoulders, and I love pulling, do that first. If you're like, this is gonna blow up my back, I'm not good at pulling, but I love this, do that one first. So you do one of these 2 here. So either 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 2, 1, 3. If you're starting today, Wednesday, that's gonna look like Wednesday, Thursday. We're actually gonna say you can rest Friday if you want, and then have that rest day buffered in. You go Saturday, probably gonna hit this Sunday.
This one is the one that has the most interference, so you might wanna take a little bit of a rest day, especially after this one. Maybe after that one with the snatch, but you know, for your top level athletes, you're probably not gonna need a rest day because you're only doing 1 workout a day.
Yeah.
Or you may be jamming them in there if you want to. But this is the one that you will have some interference with, and that gives you, even with a rest day, that still gives you, what, 2 extra days or an extra day to do a retest if you want to retest.
So it could be like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rest or repeat 1. Saturday, Sunday, rest or repeat. For the best optimization, it'd be like rest on Friday, rest Sunday, and then hit this Monday. But like, if you're waiting around Sunday, you're probably thinking about all day, worried, and just like, I'm gonna go do it.
Get it over
just
with.
in case.
All right, guys, 2024 quarterfinals just got released. We're gonna walk you through warm up, cool down for all these workouts, okay? We're gonna start workout number 1. So this is our snatch, row, dumbbell, step ups, okay? So for our warm up, what we're definitely gonna wanna focus on is getting our row ready, and then also warming up the hips, going through some range of motion with those, okay? So what I'm gonna have Jake, he's gonna hop into this banded lat row. So what he's gonna start, double arm in. He's gonna send his hips back, gonna get into an overhead position where he feels his lats being put on a stretch, and then he's gonna stand up out of that and then perform a row, okay? So what we're looking for, good scap squeeze in the back, and then we'll sit back into that stretch. And then for this, what I want you guys to run through is 2 sets, and let's go about 8 to 10 reps of this, okay? The next thing is gonna be our hip airplane. So what I'm gonna have Jake do, find something you can support yourself on. He's gonna start legs straight, okay? So we're getting hip extension on this side. He's getting a good contraction of this glute here. Now he's gonna drop this hip down. Should feel a stretch on this outside part of your hip, okay? Same thing with this. We're gonna run through 2 sets, about 8 to 10 reps.
Event 1, I think Jake thinks somebody can get 25 snatches in a minute. I think
20.
I think 15 is the high side here.
Right.
You might be able to get it in the first minute, but you're going to be cooked for the rest. There's not a huge separator on the row. I don't want to say to like gather yourself.
85% effort?
85, 80, maybe start out 80, and then maybe as you get going, try to add a little bit. I don't think you're going to get a ton more step-ups either. I think this is just trying to manage and not fall off. You know, like don't go out too hot. You do get a minute rest, but it's going to...
We'll test this here in a minute and give you some feedback on it.
I think consistency wins, obviously, on this one.
You're thinking probably, regardless, 85% pacing, like round to round, and the last round all out, as much as you can. Rowing especially is almost like if you're 85% row, you get 20 calories, someone else gets 15, that's your advantage. On these 2, we were saying, like, if you're terrible at these but great at these, then you probably game that. Like, I love snatches, but I'm not good at box jump overs. We'll put 90% effort here. Box step ups.
Dumbbell box step ups.
Dumbbell box step ups. So 2 guys, you get the lower height there, so that's going to give you more reps. If you're not a strong snatcher, then favor giving even more energy on this one, especially with that rest coming after.
What's up, guys? Out here on my training run. Super excited about these quarterfinal workouts, especially since we get Olympic weightlifting in them. For this first workout, you guys have 4 rounds of 1 minute of snatches, 1 minute rowing, 1 minute of step up. So on these snatches, we got to plan to be really efficient with our energy. We have to conserve as much as possible since we're going to be making up most of the reps with those row calories and those step ups. So I don't want you guys spending a lot of time getting set in your starting position on those snatches or spending too much time in between reps. Just be super methodical with those quick singles. Make sure we're keeping that barbell really close to our body. Make sure you're giving a little bend in your legs. We're not muscle snatching these. We want to be efficient. We want to conserve energy. So make sure you're getting nice, good, clean power snatch reps in there to make sure that you're not exerting extra energy that we're going to need for the rest of the workout. Try and get some good rep schemes in your head. Maybe you'll do set of 5 singles, take a step back, or if you want to just keep going through the full minute of just nice, consistent reps. For me, I'm going to think about having the same number of reps for each of the 4 rounds. I don't want there to be a big dip in the number of reps that I'm able to hit from set to set. So try and conserve your energy enough to where you can hit the same amount of reps for each minute that you do on the snatches. Good luck, guys.
All right, guys, we're going to talk through a few movement and tips. We'll start with event 1. We'll knock out our dumbbell box step ups and touch on the rower. Then we'll talk about wall balls for event 2 as well. So dumbbell box step up. Needs a lighter load for demo. If you're stepping up really fast, you could probably hit guys 20 in a minute. Ladies really fast, it'd be high teens. Idea is just pick it up, stay moving. Try not to set it down. Thing I want you to think about is 1, you can hook grip these obviously if you want. That will save your grip. Why not? 2nd, you step up. So if I'm gonna go right leg up, down, then I'm gonna step down right leg, left leg, just tap, and right back up with the left leg. So left leg up, whatever leg goes up is the first leg to go down. I'm gonna tap with the other leg and go straight back up. So right leg went up first, right leg back down, left leg tap, and straight back up there. Obviously I will have an advantage on these. Since I'm a little taller, I have less distance my legs have to travel, get up on that box, so it's less hinging for me. The higher it is, the more difficult it's gonna be. It's gonna take more energy, it's okay. Just pace accordingly on that and know the reps may take a little bit longer. If you're not quite as tall, that's okay. Just do what you can do with that. Let's hook grip them, get that rhythm with the steps, and stay moving for the entire minute. Regarding the rower, don't change up anything crazy on the rower today. Foot placement, keep it the same. Damper, guys, wherever you're typically at, I would be 6 to 7 in this workout. Thing I want you to think about here is as loose of a grip as you can keep. Obviously with the handle falling off, just comfortable there. Outside of that, I really want you to think leg drive before we come back. So we're really pressing, pushing into the paddle there, into the foot placement before we hinge back. So I'm gonna push as powerfully and as long as I can before I begin that pull as I want you to think about, or that hinge out. What that's gonna do, it is gonna use a lot of leg drive in there, but it's gonna save that back and be more efficient on this rower rather than push and hinge at the same time and fry out that back when you're gonna have the dumbbell box step ups and the snatches alongside with that. So keep that in mind as you're hitting this rower. Really use that leg drive, then finish with the layback pull, and then finish with the arms. On the way back in, it's the opposite, but think leg drive, leg drive, leg drive. Row the 85% pacing or so throughout that. And don't change up the rower too much. Just keep that in mind when you're rowing.
Workout number 2, we've got the wall balls and we've got burpee box jump overs, okay? So definitely want to warm up our quads, get our hips warmed up, get them mobilized, ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna start with this banded hip internal, external mobilization. So take a band, we're gonna attach it to the rig. Jake's gonna put one leg in this band, and then he's gonna go high up on the thigh. Now he's gonna step out, get a pretty good amount of tension here, Now we're getting hip extension on this side. Now on this side, what we're wanting to do is I want him to push this hip out, but maintain this foot contact, okay? So open the hip into some external rotation. Now spend a couple seconds here. Now he's gonna push into a little bit of internal rotation. This band's here to help distract that hip joint out, okay? So here, we're gonna spend about 30 seconds of this, just kind of working the leg back and forth. We're gonna do 2 sets of that, okay? Next thing is gonna be an inchworm. We're also gonna have this hip halo on. If you don't have a hip halo, find a band, smaller band that you can put around the ankles. So he's gonna walk out into an inchworm, perform a push-up, get the shoulders mobilized a little bit. Now he's gonna push back up into that. And then once he gets back to here, we're gonna stand tall. And then what I would want him to do is take 5 steps to his left, pretend okay, and 5. Now 5 back to the left, good. And then I want him to hit 5 squats in this position. So get out into your squat stance. Jake's super warmed up here. Good. So 2 sets of that. He's gonna walk out, inchworm, 5, 5, 5, inchworm, 5, 5, 5, 2 sets of that. All right?
Event 2, 3 rounds, wall balls, burpee box jump over. This is a burpee box jump over workout. The wall balls, I don't wanna say are a minor inconvenience because they'll fry your shoulders, they'll burn your legs up, but your time is gonna be on those burpee box jump overs. Obviously, I think you should be pretty close to unbroken on the wall balls if you're towards the top. And
then
then
unbroken,
smooth on the burpee box jump overs.
Hang on, you
yeah.
think, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So think about this too. Karen obviously pops out, but like Karen unbroken are really fast is 5-ish minutes, 6 even if you're going 25 on the minute. So even some people Karen is like mid-4s. But 150 burpee box jump overs, even if it's lateral, that's gonna take significantly more time. Maybe, I mean, you can even go 20 of those on the minute.
Yeah, you're looking at 20 wall balls is usually what, 40-ish seconds top, so 120.
So 20 of these a minute would be pretty dang
20
fast.
would be, yeah, so you're looking at 2.5
7,
minutes, something like
yeah,
that.
for this.
It's almost double, not quite, but.
So just make sure if you do have to set those down, this spikes your heart rate, kills you, then break those up as needed to control that.
Yeah, I mean, your shoulders might be a little bit more fried than you think. Wall balls always get my shoulders more than I want them to.
If you're gonna make semifinals, I'd say try to hang on, but if you're not totally sure you will, or just doing this to give your best effort, that's okay to break these and find a pace on these burpee box jump over lateral, and you just stay moving and you're not resting on the ground too often there. Also, mentally on this one, it helps to go like, I'm gonna go 10s on my head, so every 10 I count it off, or however you do with that, just to not go that huge number 50. But if you elites were thinking, what would that be? We said 3-ish minutes, probably a minute. I mean, 12 minutes would be flying through this, I feel like.
Yeah. Somebody tell us.
20-minute cap, so I think Gin Pop, that's the just made quarterfinals. We're finishing, we're doing good. If you're elite, that's top of my head, 11, 12 minutes. We'll see how that stands. That'd be fun.
All right, CrossFit Mayhem Gymnastics, we're gonna go over the burpee box jumps for this workout. So I want you to think about staying low. You're going to have to warm up your ankles really well. This is a really good warm up. Just hold on to the box like this. Lean over that knee, because when we burpee, we step up. I want you to get your foot as close to you can as possible to this edge so we can get over really fast. So we kind of almost slide off. That's the most efficient way to do this skill. If you're getting tired, then step back, but still stay low and try and get that foot over. So hope those cues help, and tips, go crush the workout.
Here we go. Let's touch on the wall balls real quick. We're not gonna get super in depth here. If you're at this point, you know how you do wall balls and you're comfortable with them. This workout is a shoulder burner. So as much as you can. Again, here on this wall ball, like we have on the rower, leg drive all day. Because burpees are gonna blow up the shoulders, wall balls, the primary fatigue factor is the shoulder. So if you can keep these hands under as much as you can, I get out here sometimes, super inefficient. Let's keep them under as far as we can. With that chin almost touching that wall ball, head still forward. That way when you squat down, those arms stay there. I'm gonna explode out of that squat. Really use the stretch reflex in this workout as much as you can to stay as fluid as possible up and down, and try to keep that same hand placement throughout. That's gonna keep the shoulders from fatiguing too fast. Really manage that. Really think all the way up and down as fast or as powerful as you can to save those shoulders throughout this workout. break those wall balls as needed before your shoulders completely blow up. If you're like, I gotta hang on, you gotta hang on. Come out of that hole strong. And let's transition and get those burpees and get the work done. You guys got it.
Workout number 3, we've got our gymnastics, handstand push-ups, rope climbs, toes to bar, and muscle ups, okay? So with this, obviously, this is a shoulder burner. Lats need to be opened up. Shoulders need to be primed and activated. And this is gonna be, this whole warm-up, all this stuff needs to be done before your specific warm-ups for the event, right? So this is activation, then you'll get into the specific warm-ups, okay? So for this, we're gonna do a kneeling lat pull down. And so kind of the way it was attached up before, he's gonna go one arm in this time. If the left arm is working, the right leg's gonna be up. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna feel a little bit of this stretch through this lat here. And now he's gonna do a single arm row, thinking about putting the elbow in the back hip pocket. So really getting that scap to pull down towards the spine. There, and then squeeze back down, good. Same thing with this, let's go 2 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Our next thing is gonna be a banded wall slide. We don't have a wall here, okay? But let's pretend. So what Jake's gonna do, get tension on this band. This is gonna activate these rotator cuff muscles in the posterior shoulder. Pretend this is our wall here. He's gonna take the back part of his hand, he's gonna slide up that wall. While keeping tension on that band, he should really feel these lats and the serratus anterior muscles stay engaged the whole time. Then he's gonna work himself back down. Nice and controlled reps of this. Same thing here, 2 sets. Let's go about 8 to 10 reps of that. Perfect.
Event 3. I personally, if I might do this just to have some fun, I'll be doing strict handstand push-ups the whole way through. My strict are good enough that the kipping hurts my neck enough that I don't want to do that. You know, the bad part about this workout, the only thing I don't like about this workout is your gym equipment and layout is hugely beneficial to how well you do on this workout, especially on this first part because there are so many transitions. So if you can find a spot where you can do these movements in a pretty, central area, you're going to be pretty good. So honestly, I would try to go toes to bar unbroken, handstands unbroken. Same thing, handstands here unbroken, 5 rope climbs pretty quick. You do get enough break on each rep of the rope climb that you can, I think, push the toes to bar here. Might be tough here once we get to the muscle ups, but it is only 1 set of 20 and not 2 sets of 20.
The only thing, if you're elite, you gotta be going the whole way. Transitions where you're gonna rest, and that's where you make up the difference in how long it takes you. I have a feeling it's gonna turn in similar to last year's quarterfinal, where like this is where people fall apart or keep it together. So pace yourself accordingly. If you want to be the best in the world, you had to go fast, but like don't get to here, start to fall apart, and then go to 3s on the muscle ups. When if you had paced better throughout, you would have held 6, 7. Shoulder fatigue, manage that the whole way. If you're doing this to get your best score, it's okay to break these out. You can still finish that workout and still do good, especially here on the strict. Be strategic there when thinking, and core fatigue on this, keep that in mind out the gate. If you're not super great at core muscular endurance and upper pressing, because this is where this is all going to come together with all that in one movement. So
these two, looking at it now and breaking it out, are going to have the most effect on each other. So think about that when you do it.
Yeah,
That's
press.
all shoulders. Even this burpee box jump over into the 2nd and 3rd set of wall balls will get tough on the shoulders. This one's just nasty on that, and then doing that. So think about that when you're doing them, when you're laying them out.
Gymnastics, we're about to do the quarterfinals right here at my gym, and I wanted to give you guys some tips, especially on workout number 3. It is all gymnastics. So we have 3 rounds. The first round is handstand push-ups, kipping, and toes to bar. But what we noticed this year is the standard. We are closer to the wall. So let me give you some tips. When we go to kip, remember we have to have fingers on the line. I just read the standard definitely to make sure. But as you come back up from the kip, I want you to kind of brace your abs and press through the ground so you don't get pushed off the wall. This will keep you in a more upright position. We don't want to waste any reps. I also need you to not go to your full fatigue because we have a tremendous amount of handstand push-ups and they get increasingly more difficult as we go. So after those 3 rounds, of the handstand push-ups, you then go into strict handstand push-ups. Once again, when you get up to that strict handstand push-up, drive your palms and fingers through the ground and don't spend time on the ground. You want to tap and pop back up, and you have the core and tight glutes to help you move through space tighter. Then we go to that wall facing, which once again, we're very upright. So we're really close to the wall. If we squeeze, come down a little bit more straight than we would. We don't create as much of a tripod when we go belly to the wall. So those are cues to help with the handstand push-up. Now let's talk about the toes to bar. It's a lot of sets. You have 3 rounds, 20 in each round. I want you to break it up early, because you're gonna need your core for those 10 rope climbs. And then you're gonna need your core if you even get to the ring muscle ups. So remember, we're gonna break early. The handstand push-ups will probably be a really big separator. So make sure you use that core and glutes and tension and break early so you don't fatigue.
Workout number 4 doesn't get much more simple than this. Clean and jerks, okay? So we definitely need to make sure posterior chain is ready to go, okay? So with this one, what we're gonna do, you're gonna be going into a lot of flexion extension. So we wanna get this lumbar spine really primed, ready to go. So Jefferson curl here, he's gonna tuck. You can elevate the feet up on a surface too, so you can get a little bit more range out of this. If the ground feels good for you, awesome. He's just gonna curl everything and then kind of unwind that spine as he comes back through. Good squeeze at the top, and then same thing, back down into that. Nice control with this. Don't go super heavy. Just feel something where, okay, I can feel all of this starting to engage and unwind as you come back up, okay? And then we definitely need to get the shoulders primed, ready to go for the jerk portion of this. So we're gonna do bottoms up kettlebell press. This is gonna add a little bit of a stability component in there, okay? Same thing, go super light. You don't have to go heavy with this. You're gonna feel the burn, okay? So 2 sets on this, 8 to 10 reps of that, you'll be good to go.
All right, so event 4. We've got event 4. It's a 10-minute AMRAP, essentially. 10 clean and jerks, 135, 85, rest a minute. 10 clean and jerks, 185, 125, rest a minute. 10 clean and jerks, 225, 155, rest 1 minute. Max reps clean and jerks, 245, 165. If you're in kilos, sorry. I mean, this one's been done at least once or twice, I think.
We could say I think it was an old regional semifinal workout with snatches. They just made it clean and jerks. I think
it was a last chance or something too, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's a good test. It's a heavy test.
You hit it right a couple years ago, or almost same.
Maybe. I can't remember. We've done a couple different options. So you got singles.
Talk about if you're going to hit it.
If I'm going to hit it, I'm going singles. I'm getting those plates that die as soon as I drop that barbell, so I can pick it right back up. Especially on this 135, 185. 225 might slow you down a little bit. Be smarter when you get there. And then 245, yeah,
so
give it all you got.
This would be about 30 seconds for you.
Ish.
It'd be about a minute and a half. How long would this take you?
Not much longer, because it's pretty
so
similar.
About 40
40
seconds. So that
seconds.
puts you at 2:15 or so. That'd be at 3:15. Then how long would 10 here take you? A minute.
First 5 would go quick, and then the next 5 might slow down, especially in my current state.
4.5 minutes here for Rich. So he's resting until 5.5. So it means elite people
4.5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes. If you're not elite, what you want to do is still singles but smooth. And if you're like, golly, this is 80% of my clean and jerk max, just go smooth singles here. You got the rest hit in, so like don't go slow. Then here, just pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it. And this is where if you got belt up, take your time, then do that. Just don't go to failure here, obviously, and get set up each time on those that are really heavy for you so you can try to get some reps here. So no touch and go, almost no matter your level, and then just depends on how fast you can cycle the singles.
Not worth it.
Don't do that.
Cool.
What up, Mayhem family? Just out on a training run in beautiful Southern California, and I had to stop to see what the quarterfinal workouts are. And much to my enjoyment, workout number 4 has a lot of clean and jerks in it, so I'm super stoked for you guys on that. You guys have a bunch of reps here that we have to get through. 10 reps and ascending weight every single time. So the name of the game here is efficiency. With those lighter loadings, we want to think about saving our legs and being as efficient as possible, meaning keeping that barbell as close to our body as possible. So as you guys are going through these lighter loads, I want you guys staying nice and relaxed through the arms, nice and braced through the midline, and thinking about keeping that bar close to you as you come back down onto the ground and also through the middle. I want nice fast elbows, nice deliberate elbows that will allow you to go straight into that overhead position. Now, as the weight gets heavier and heavier, we need to think about how we're gonna be fatiguing and how our heart rate is gonna be up, and we have to cheat the system a little bit with technique. What I mean by that, as you get to the heavier loads and your legs start to get tired, start thinking about receiving that barbell a little bit lower and a little bit lower as you get more and more fatigued. We cannot start to muscle that barbell up more as it gets heavier and as we get more tired. So think about keeping speed on the barbell. Think about changing your level, because as the bar doesn't elevate as high, we have to go down to it. So change your level a little bit. As you do fatigue and as your heart rate increases and as your breathing increases, think about how you want to be breaking up those heavier weights. If it's going to be quicker singles, take your time and be very deliberate with your clean. Get your breath, make sure you're nice and set before you go into that jerk. We don't want any wasted reps on that jerk. Don't clean it and then miss the jerk and waste all of that time. Make sure you focus on your clean, reset, get your breath, and give a really good drive on that jerk. Last but not least, I want you guys to be really deliberate on that overhead position and make sure that you have control over that barbell before dropping it and doing another rep, or before bringing it down and cycling that barbell. We don't want any missed reps because we accidentally dropped the bar too soon before we showed control over it. Have fun, you guys. You've trained super hard for this. You're ready. We've been doing so many clean and jerks, so you're ready for this workout. Have fun.
All right, guys, 2024 quarterfinals cool down portion. After you guys finish these workouts, we definitely want to make sure that you're spending about 5 minutes on a bike or a rower, just something easy, super easy pull, flushing the system out, getting all that new blood to come in and hopefully help reduce some of your soreness that you're going to have, okay? So part 2 of that is that we want you to find a wall, find a chair, lay on your back, kick your feet up in that chair, and just spend another 5 minutes trying to control your breath, down regulate the system. So spend 5 minutes there, trying to get that heart rate down, trying to focus on your diaphragm and your belly breathing and your chest breathing, okay? And then for these specific workouts, you know, workout 1, we want to spend a little time on the quads. So smashing, foam rolling, whatever the case is, whatever you like to do best, and whatever gets you less sore for the next event, we want you to do that. So we recommend a quad smash and a couch stretch for that, okay? Workout 2, you got wall balls, you got burpee box jump overs. So same protocol for the down regulation for the bike cool down, and then we're gonna do a child's pose and a lumbar foam roll, okay? Spend some time, couple minutes with the foam roll. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes worth of foam rolling, but just something that, like, hey, we're gonna decrease some of that sensitization back there and hopefully get you ready for workout number 3, okay? Workout number 3, we've got a bunch of gymnastics, so, you know, our shoulders are gonna be fired up. So same protocol for the down regulation, for the bike cool down. We want you to do a little bit of a lat foam roll and then a shoulder smash, whether that is taking a barbell, laying on the ground, rolling out some of the tissue in the shoulder, and then also laying on that foam roller, trying to open up that lat a little bit more, because it's gonna be pretty sore after this workout. And then our last workout, clean and jerks. So same protocol, down regulation. And then we want you to spend a couple minutes in a pigeon pose, trying to get that glute to open up. You're gonna be doing a lot of flexion and extension, so get the glute to open up, get some extension on the opposite leg, and then hit a little bit of cat-cow, because back's probably gonna be a little bit fired up after that. Okay? All right, guys. Good luck, have fun.